You know, it sucks for walkers too. It really feels like it's like the main balance of the game is so far off with airships right now that it's like if you really want to solve the problem with the game, it's not that walker is bad. It's that airship is so good and infantry is so bad against it when it should be better against it. Not only is it not good against it, it's bad against it. That means that the infantry mains don't even want to play their accounts. They don't want to invest into their infantry research. They don't want to invest in their infantry leadership. And what ends up happening is you don't have players playing infantry, which means your walker players aren't going to be happy because there's no one to actually have a fair fight against, because you know walkers going to get wrecked by airships. If airships are better than infantry, they're definitely better than walkers. So the rock, paper, scissors is broken so much that the favorable matchup for walkers players, those guys aren't even in the game. You know, it's just like airship has such dominance right now, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's time to remind everyone in small doses, hey, let's know that infantry really needs a buff. Tier 12 infantry is broken. Actually, it's really not that infantry and walker need a buff, it's that airship needs a nerf. They need their damage substantially nerfed, and tear space needs to be worded and worked differently. That's the real truth of it. And Vega needs to be fucking nerfed. But you know, the other thing I'll say is that this is an interesting game. You know, there's a very simple metaphor between StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. Anyone that's played StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 knows that StarCraft 1 is an incredibly unbalanced game. But StarCraft 1 is so unbalanced for each race that they're all broken in their own way. That, like, for instance, if a Zerg goes Dark Swarm, you know the Protoss gets an amazing Psionic Storm ability, so you can counter their amazing with your amazing. You just have to have the right timing. You really just got to do the right thing at the right time. And that's kind of how I see Arc of Wars. It's just grossly out of proportion, out of balance. The difference between StarCraft and StarCraft 2 and Arc of War and all that, Arc of War is real money, and the same game lasts for months and months and years and years. StarCraft, you play a game, 15 minutes, start a new one. You know where you can go with it. Once you've already dropped 50 grand, 100 grand, 300 grand into this game, and you're an infantry commander, and you've been looking at the last 3 months and, you know, losing huge fights and just basically kicking the sand and going, fuck, man, this game sucks right now. It sucks being me. I poured all my money into this, and I have no good options to fight. That's the real problem. Players can bitch and moan about StarCraft, wait for the next map, wait for the next update. Our players, we can bitch and moan, but they don't move very fast. So maybe it's time we say something to the devs again. I mean, I say something every week, but I try not to rally the community against them because they are a small team. You know, if we hit them with that many messages, it doesn't